If you're a loser and you know it, clap your hands. If you're a loser and you know it, clap your hands. If you are done with life and have no idea what else to say in this song, if you have no idea what else to say, clap your hands. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. My name is Kiabeth and happy to have you. So today we went ahead and put together the look that you guys see me wearing right now. It's kind of a little bit of a holiday look for me, so I was trying to play around and see what I'll be wearing for like Christmas Eve and New Year's. So yeah, I wanted to do something not super crazy and not super colorful, but still very glam, though modest. And so that's why we have like a nice, you know, smoky-ish gold like lid, and then we have a nude glossy lip, but still very full coverage, very glam, very it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you guys enjoy the video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to stay updated with the new and coming uploads, and make sure that if you haven't already, you take a look at the previous videos just to get a little bit of an idea of what we're all about here, just like makeup and stuff. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. If you see me eating throughout this video, mind your business. Hey guys, and not much has changed. We are still going to start off by moisturizing our face. First thing we're going to try is the BOSCIA Cactus Water Moisturizer. So I'm just going to dot this all over the face, and then we are going to just rub it in. Then we're going to go in and spray some of the BADESCU face mist, the one with like aloe, herbs, and rose water. And once that soaks in, mind your business, mind your business. We're going to use the primer. The one I've been using for a while now, and don't come for me, I saw that lash, is the Milk Hydro Silk Grip Primer. Absolutely love it. I pretty much put this everywhere on my face except my under eyes. Once I rub the milk primer all over, I actually go in with the TATCHA, the silk canvas, and I focus this specifically under my eyes just to soften some of those under eye lines, so that we have an easier and smoother base for our concealer. So after I prime my eyes with the Luscious eyeshadow primer base, same one from my previous videos, we're going to start off by using Jeffree Star's Jawbreaker palette. I'm going to first go into the shade Cone, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. So just using a nice fluffy brush, we're going to concentrate this on our crease, making sure that, you know, kind of get this all in there. It's going to serve as a really good base for all of the other eyeshadows that we're going to pack on. I kind of like concentrated a little bit on the outside of my eye, and I've also been bringing it all the way to like the bridge where my eye meets like my nose. So yeah, just go ahead and buff that in. Then we're going to go into the Morphe and James Charles palette. I'm going to pick up the shade Mary. It's that like rosy brown kind of shade. And we're going to go ahead and start working this a little bit lower than our transition shade. But we're going to concentrate the color on the outside, also pulling it backwards a little bit just to kind of give us a little bit of a smoky effect. And once the majority of the pigment is off the brush, I actually do drag it more inward on my eye socket. Again, later on, you guys are going to see it's going to be able to give it a nice base for when we put in our lid shades. But this kind of technique that I've been doing lately, it was really helpful to like make your eye look a lot bigger. And so kind of pack it on a little bit and then blow it out and blend it out. Then dipping into my Carli Bybel palette and picking up the shade Stev. I'm kind of just intensifying that rosy color with this like really dark pink color. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I'm gonna concentrate it a little lower, so I'm not bringing it up high anymore. Concentrating it lower on my eye, on the outside of my lid. Then slowly, once the majority of the pigment is packed on there, that's when we're gonna go ahead and start blending it out and bringing it more inwards on the eye. Now we're going to go ahead and start working on the lid. I'm going to go into the shade My Angels, which is that really, really beautiful like gold shimmer in the Carli Bybel palette. I like to apply this with my finger, so I'm going to go ahead and pick it up on my pinky, and then I'm going to press it onto my eye. So I'm not really swiping. It looks like a little bit like swiping motions, but I'm really just pressing it down and just swiping it very slightly and very lightly on the eye to make sure that we kind of get the best color payoff. Then I'm going to go ahead and switch into the Jawbreaker palette. I'm actually going to pick up the shade Jawbreaker. And this one I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to kind of do like what looks like a cut crease. I'm going to blend out a little bit so it's a very soft cut crease at the end. But just to bring a lighter, really vibrant shimmer color to the eye, that's what I'm going to use this for, and to give it a little bit of a gradient effect. Jawbreaker has a little bit of like incandescent gold reflect, so it blends really well into the shade My Angels. Next up, I'm actually going to go ahead and continuing to use the Jawbreaker palette. I'm going to go into the shade Raspberry, which is really just that, a raspberry shade. And using a more condensed brush, I'm going to start concentrating this on the outside of my eye. And then I'm going to blend it out and blend it a little bit more inwards into the eye as well, just to deepen up the look and bring a little bit more of like a rosy color into the eye. Using a smaller brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Bowie, and then I'm going to start pressing this and buffing it into the most outward portion of my eye just to deepen up the look. So again, I press the pigment first on, and then using circular motions, I kind of blend it outwards and inwards. I don't bring it too into the eye, but just to deepen up that eye look a little bit more. The face. And since we are already primed, I'm going to start by using my good old-fashioned duo. I start off by lining my face with the Hourglass Vanish in the shade Ivory. Since it's the winter time, I'm a little lighter now. And I also mix it with the Born This Way medium to full coverage foundation in the shade Light Beige. I tap this all over my face after I've already lined it with the Hourglass foundation, and then I'm gonna go and use a flat like stippling brush to press this into the face. Sometimes I go back and forth between blending out my eyeshadow or my foundation with a brush and or with a beauty sponge, but right now I've been feeling a brush, so I kind of just press this into the face. And then as well as like kind of like blending it out with like wiping motions. Once the foundation is blended in, I'm going to go ahead and move on to concealer. I'm using my nice and handy dandy NARS concealer in the shade Custard. It's the NARS, I think it's the Radient concealer. Radiant Creamy Concealer. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm also going to use this to clean up the eyeshadow and kind of give it more of a sharp line on the outside. And then I'm just going to blend it out under my eyes, on my nose, my chin, and my forehead to kind of define the face and highlight as well. Then I'm going to go in with my Morphe R13 brush, and then I'm going to blend out my concealer. I also use this brush to like blend out like my eyeshadow primer, but I like to blend it out first with the brush, and then I go in afterwards with my beauty sponge. I just kind of like the fact that this solidifies the coverage a little bit more. It just gives me a little bit more control, but I've really been liking blending things out with a brush first lately, so that's what I'm doing. Sweetness. There you go. Moving on back to the face. I'm actually going to try this out for the first time. I know I'm like kind of late to the game with this one, but as I struggle to open the box and the actual packaging, I'm going to try out the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in the shade Banana to go ahead and set my under eye. After the fact, you guys will see, I actually really did like how this ended up working out. But I'm using this one right now with my beauty blender to set the under eye. I don't really bake. I kind of just take my damp beauty sponge, I dip it into the powder after I put it on my cap, and then I just press it into the skin. Even though I don't bake under my eyes, I do like to put a thick layer of powder under my on the bridge of my nose and on my smile lines, just because that's where I tend to crease the most. So I want to make sure that that area kind of does bake a bit. And then to set my whole face, I actually use a beauty sponge and I mix in two powders. I'm using the Hourglass Veil Powder along with the Anastasia. I do this for two reasons. Number one, longevity. So I do find that my face and my foundation sets a lot better with this method. So I like using a sponge that also like has like a flat end, and then I press it into the skin. No swiping or anything, just pressing that product into the face. And then as you'll see, it actually helps me blend out the parts of my smile lines where I baked a little bit. And yeah, I also like the finish of the two powders combined just to kind of give the face a nice even look. Vinaigrette sauce. Get the vinaigrette sauce. Get the vinaigrette sauce.
It's too late. It's too late.
No, but they'll give it to you when you pay.
So you said the honey vinaigrette sauce?
Just say the vinaigrette sauce. Just say they'll know exactly what you're talking about. As y'all can see, I'm very passionate about Chipotle. But anyways, we're going to go on to bronzing and contouring the face. I'm going to bronze using the Morphe Glamabronze in the shade Icon. Love this. I use a nice big fluffy brush. Though I'm not very precise with my bronzer, I do just like to concentrate it on the outskirts of my face. I bring it in slightly on the cheeks just to, again, warm up the skin so that we don't look so flat and so matte. But I do like to focus it on the outskirts of my face and on my forehead. Once I do that, I also bronze, or what I call contour my nose. I just rub that in there, and then I use the sponge with some more powder to just lay it down on the top and on the sides to kind of make a more shaped nose effect.
Do the voiceover, my guy.
I'm gonna put that part of you saying that in the video.
Do it, fucking dare you.
I will. Shit.
You won't do it.
Oh no?
No.
I bet.
I said that. Okay. Now you have to.
After we contour, I'm going to go ahead and blush. So I've been using this blush lately. I got it from my friend, and it's the MILANI Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso. I actually love the way this looks on me. It's very, not like super like pigmented, but it's really pretty pink, and it has a little bit of shimmer. And once that's laid down, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my contour and my bronzer. So that same Morphe and JEFFREE sponge, I'm going to pick up the ANASTASIA powder and just like, now I do big. I'm going to go ahead and make my little Santa beard so we can get a nice defined contoured cheek. To go ahead and finish up the eye, I'm going to just pick up the same shades that we used on the lid. I'm going to pick up some of the shade Bowie. I'm also going to pick up Mary from the James Charles Planet and just press that onto the lower lash line just to make it nice, get a nice cohesive you know, blend of shadows on the under eye that we do have on the lid. And make sure that everything just matches. Do I want to do a wing? Do I want to do a wing? Or do I just want to do a...
What do you mean you want to do a wing? You always want to do a fucking wing. What kind of question is that?
Okay, number one.
Let's be honest.
Number one, lower your goddamn voice. Number two, have a little bit more respect. And number three, you was absolutely right. Who am I? And we're back and we have a wing and we have lashes. So now it's time to highlight. We're going to go in with the JEFFREE Star Supreme Frost Highlight in Hypothermia. I'm literally obsessed with this highlight and I hope nothing ever happens to this. But we're going to go in, we're going to put that all over our cheeks and bring it a little bit above our eyebrow and our nose, in the bridge of our nose, so we have that nice shine. And then once we have that one laid down, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the BECCA Cosmetics and JACLYN Hill highlight in Champagne Pop, and then I'm just going to press this on the highest points of my cheek. Then to finish up the look, we're going to just go ahead and do a nice nude lip. So I'm using the Huda Beauty matte lipstick in the shade Anniversary. And over top of that, I'm actually going to use the Jouer lip topper in Saint Tropez. And this look will be done. So I really appreciate you guys watching the video. I hope you guys liked the look. So don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.